Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan and candidate for Long Beach City Council District 2. And like my previous video on this topic, I'll have no vegan content in this video. I'm going to focus exclusively on all the corruption and scandal in this political race that's just broken out in the past week or so. On my previous video about the Cindy Allen scandal, I focused most of my time on the alleged sale of her company to Bloom Media, a company that doesn't really seem to exist. And since that last video of mine, there's been new interviews, new stories, new information has been released. So what I'm going to try to do here, to the best of my ability, is twofold. A, piece together whether Cindy Allen truly lives in Long Beach. Does she meet the minimum legal requirements to be on the ballot? And B, how truthful or untruthful has she been in this process of being questioned about where she lives? I gotta say, this has been one of the most complicated, confusing, convoluted stories I've ever covered in my 7-year YouTube career, and that says a lot. I've made over 1,000 videos, and one reason why the story is so confusing is that her story involves 2 condominiums here in Long Beach. So let me start off with her 1-bedroom condo, the one that has the more controversy about it, the one where she's supposedly registered to vote at and supposedly lives at, and let's see what she said here in response to the Beachcomber last week. The 1-bedroom unit is the only residence that has any rental income from Airbnb. It is mainly used for family, friends, and occasionally Airbnb. And indeed, here's the Airbnb listing that existed up until last week, up until she pulled it down after this Beachcomber article broke. And notice it's a 1-bedroom, and she's such a good host, she is even a super host. So, according to her own words here from last week, this 1-bedroom condo has been used primarily for friends, family, and the occasional Airbnb rental. So it doesn't sound like a primary residence, the place where you live and would register to vote. But however, in the same breath, in response to the Beachcomber, Cindy says, "We bought the property, the 1-bedroom condo, in 2006, and I registered to vote in District 2 in 2008. Doesn't that seem a little weird? In one breath, she's saying this unit, this condo, is for family, friends, and the occasional rental. Then why would you be registering to vote there? This does not sound like a primary residence. Does it to anyone? And not only did Cindy Allen register to vote at this Long Beach address in 2008, years later in 2017, both her husband and son registered to vote at this 1-bedroom residence, this 1-bedroom condo in Long Beach. So to me, this poses some really interesting questions that need to be answered. I mean, are we to assume that back in 2008, when Cindy Allen registered to vote here in Long Beach at this condo's address, that she moved away from her family who are living in Fountain Valley, and then for some reason in 2017, her family, all of them moved into this 1-bedroom condo, leaving a 5-bedroom Orange County home behind? Well, unfortunately for Cindy, there's a very large paper trail showing that she hasn't been living in Long Beach since 2008 and indeed has been living in Orange County. For instance, let's pull this one out here. Form 460 filed by candidate Mayor Garcia, who is one of Cindy's close friends. And in 2013, both her and her husband contributed to his campaign and both listed addresses in Fountain Valley. Furthermore, according to the research performed by this Long Beach 4D article, it was 2017 when Cindy actually changed her registration from an Orange County Republican to a Long Beach Democrat registered at this 1-bedroom condo address. Furthermore, they couldn't find any evidence to support Cindy Allen's claims that she indeed switched her registration to Long Beach back in 2008. In case you haven't seen or heard any of Cindy's speeches about her campaign, why she's running, she clearly is trying to position herself as the super Long Beach candidate, born and bred and working and educated in Long Beach.
I grew up on the west side of Long Beach. I went to Long Beach Poly, where I was student body president. I went to Long Beach City and Long Beach State, where I earned a master's degree in public administration. I went on to become a Long Beach police officer.
So if Cindy is so pro Long Beach and loves living in this condo in downtown Long Beach with or without her family, can't really tell, then why is it a fact that in 2008, all the way up until 2015, when her last child graduates from high school, that they're attending schools in Orange County, particularly Fountain Valley, Orange County? Remember, I told you the story is really confusing because she has 2 condos in Long Beach. So far, we just talked about the 1-bedroom that she got back in 2006. Well, just today, the Grunion Gazette released this new article about the Cindy Allen scandal, and in it, she provides a few quotes that seem to contradict everything she has said up until now about where she lives in Long Beach. So regarding this 2-bedroom condo, she said, "I live in this condo and have lived in this condo. It's at," I'm not going to give the address, "and we've always lived there. we were in the other condo, the 1-bedroom condo, while we renovated this 2-bedroom condo. Really, Cindy, you have always lived in this 2-bedroom condo? I mean, don't you think anyone out there can fact check these claims? I mean, you haven't always lived there. You only recently got this condo back in July of 2018, far after, 12 years after you got the original 1-bedroom condo in 2006. You haven't always lived in this 2-bedroom condo. Well, anyway, let's take Cindy's word here that she really lives in this 2-bedroom condo that she bought back in July of 2018. Still, there's a lot of unanswered questions, particularly why is it a fact that she's registered to vote at the 1-bedroom, the Airbnb unit, and so is her husband and her son? I mean, were you guys all living together? Are we supposed to believe that your entire family, and there's a daughter too, all 4 of you guys were living together in a 600 square foot 1-bedroom unit as the kids were going to school far away in Orange County? So let's get to the big question that everyone wants to know, and I'm going to try my best to answer it. Does Cindy Allen meet the minimum legal requirements to run for city council here in Long Beach? Well, the Grunion Gazette article that I referred to earlier that came out today touched upon this topic when they interviewed the city clerk for the city of Long Beach. And she said, candidates are required to live in the district for 30 days before the end of the nomination period, which in this case was November 6th. So that's it. You just have to live in District 2 for the 30 days prior to the nomination period closing. And yeah, as long as she was living in her 2-bedroom condo by October 5th or 6th, I guess she's legally met the requirements to run for city council. Furthermore, our city clerk gave a carefully worded statement about Cindy Allen's situation, saying that Cindy has been an active voter in Long Beach for many, many years. Notice nowhere in the statement does it say that Cindy has been living in Long Beach, just confirming the fact that Cindy has been voting in Long Beach for some time. We don't know if it was for several years or since 2008, as Cindy claimed, but she is not exonerated by this statement from our city clerk. So if I am correct that Cindy has indeed met the minimum legal requirements to run for city council here in Long Beach, then what's with this web of lies about where she lives at, Fountain Valley, the 1-bedroom condo, the 2-bedroom condo? I'm only going to give you my opinion here. This is not based in fact. Well, it is. It's based on all of the evidence that I've seen so far. And my personal opinion is that, as I showed you earlier with that video clip of her, she's trying to portray herself as a super Miss Long Beach person, born and bred, raised in Long Beach and all that. Yet she doesn't want you to know that she's been living in Fountain Valley since the 90s and that her children go to school in Orange County. Long Beach isn't good enough. That doesn't bode well for her pro-Long Beach image. Furthermore, she's trying to portray herself as a progressive Democrat. And some of you guys may have gotten this mailer. Did you guys see this? It has Barack Obama on it. I noticed it's not from the Cindy Allen campaign. It's from a PAC, neighborhood by Neighbors for a Better Long Beach Political Action Committee. And this is one way unlimited funds get funded into campaigns. It's a loophole that needs to be closed. But yeah, see Barack Obama trying to portray her as a Democrat. He was, not who probably she voted for. Voter records show that both her and her husband were registered as Republicans for both of Barack Obama's elections. So please leave your questions and comments down below. Are you finding Cindy's responses just a little hard to believe? They're just kind of flimsy, inconsistent. There's just so many things she's saying that are just really hard for me and most of you guys to believe, which to me is a big red flag that she's not being the most truthful as she possibly could be here. So Cindy, please just set the record straight. Just come out and tell us what the truthful story is about your living situation. Maybe you're not going to seem as hardcore Long Beach as you want to be, but to be known as someone who's not truthful, that doesn't bode well for the kind of integrity of what we're looking for in a city council representative. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. And remember, I'm running for city council, but I'm not trying to gain any advantage in this. As I told you last time, I've closed all contributions to my campaign. So if you like what you're hearing, just come check out my website, ryanlum.net, and like this video, and please share this with other people that live in Long Beach, other people, particularly in District 2. And if you don't live around here, just share with other people who need to see what kind of corruption happens. I don't know if that's the right word on politics, even on a local level. So that's it for this time, guys. So remember, get out and vote on Tuesday, March 3rd.